there, I'm Syama, CEO of Scaling Retail, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about NFTs for fashion companies. Now, the advent of NFTs, what we've all been hearing about, has been more directly related and associated to collectible art, to artists that have been auctioning off and selling off rare pieces of work, right? One of ones. We've also been hearing a lot of NFTs being issued around music and the music industry, and being able to have part of a song or to own a song through that NFT license. Now, what about fashion for NFTs? How do we even start to think about what these digital assets look like for something that we wear, like a fashion garment or an item? Well, I'm here to tell you that fashion and NFTs is actually a huge emerging market segmentation as we actually look to find different ways of being able to engage community, loyalty, and to have second and third lives for these garments and for these digital assets. So let's unpack some of the really cool strategies that are happening. The first I want to share is a company called Mavion.world. Now, what I love about Mavion and what they've initiated and what they're launching with are NFTs that have to do with a physical product that comes alongside it. Now, Mavion sources products from all over the world, and they work with artisans directly in that country. So what happens? Well, let's say I go ahead and purchase an NFT, and a percentage of that royalty goes back to the artisan. And in addition to getting that NFT, I also now have the actual physical product. Well, what happens if I want to resell that product? Every time I resell that product and I resell that NFT, that royalty percentage that goes back to the artisan happens again and again and again, depending on how many times an item gets resold. Now, what I love so much about this principle or this way of looking at this is traditionally artisans and creators have long been kind of shafted when it comes to the residual income on the resaleability of their product. But now, with the advent of NFTs, anytime as it gets resold, the royalty fee that goes back to the creator gets paid out again. So let's say that product increases in value and that royalty percentage is much larger now in terms of a dollar value. That designer, that artisan is going to make that much money back again every single time. That has never happened before in the history of creating and getting paid out. So NFT for fashion and for creators, I actually think is so incredible. Now, what are some other utilities or ways of thinking about NFT for fashion companies? Well, I was just in a conversation earlier. I'm here at a trade show right now, and we were talking a little bit about proof of attendance. And so what's really cool about fashion shows, about getting exclusive drops, about being a part of a community, is really that NFT that says, hey, I'm a loyal fan, I'm a VIP, I was here first, or I am here today, and I resold that, or I bought it again, or bought it for the first time because I want to be a part of that club. So when you think about hosting things like fashion events, or trunk shows, or runway shows, or anything that's bringing people together, all of a sudden you can now issue these NFTs that are proof of attendance, right? And people will be able to hand over their crypto wallets and they'll get little signifiers that say, hey, I was at this event. Now, maybe what you're saying is, hey, I'm going to attend and have 10 different events across the country, and I have a loyal fan who's going to be there for 5 of my events. Well, oh my gosh, I might want to go ahead and give someone a bit of a perk or some sort of acknowledgement for attending 5 of these events. But how do you show proof of attendance? NFTs show proof of attendance. Now, let's think a little bit also about how the blockchain and fashion are really changing the way we look at supply chain. Traditionally, when we used to think about looking at circularity, we used to think about the supply chain and manufacturing, it was so hard to actually say where something originated from, right? How do you do traceability and authenticity in a way where everyone can fact check it, where it's not just in the hand of one person who has that one receipt, or is tracking back multiple receipts from buying the cotton yield, to then taking it to get the yarn woven, to then getting that to turn that into a good. Well, now with blockchain, right, and these proofs that we have now, with tracing it all back, we can now actually say that something is 100% circular. We can now say 100% where something came from. In fact, what's so interesting, guys, is we can now actually tell who's buying what, when, and how. This is going to provide so much more authenticity and credibility when it comes to holding manufacturers accountable, fashion brands accountable, and ultimately the true advent of consumers having all of the information that they need to make educated decisions. So guys, NFTs is going to be huge for fashion. It's already starting to make waves. If you're interested in launching a project, either to add authenticity, transparency, or create a new revenue stream, shoot us an email at hello@scalingretail.com. We are working with brands across all sorts of sectors, partnering with agencies and leading designers to create projects that are going to be scalable, revenue generating, and impactful for the future of your business. Talk to you soon. Bye.